How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel, or welcome in if it's your first time. Today, we are bringing you an 86 rated, I'm going to absolutely butcher this name, so I apologize, Dejan Kulusevski player review. Hope I've got that right. It is the Swedish winger from Juventus, which I think people are a little bit excited actually about, because I think Serie needed this sort of card to come forward as well to possibly play up front and beat a new striker. So we're going to tell you today whether he's worth picking up, whether he's worth you going ahead, put him into your team, all that good stuff. A reminder, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like for me, yeah, and subscribe to the channel. One thing I will say, by the way, player reviews are only my opinion, okay? And I'm only ever going to give you my opinion. Like, if I don't like a card, if I think a card's terrible, I'm not going to tell you that it's like Kessie. We did a player review on Kessie. A lot of people seem to be a bit annoyed that I've told you that I didn't like him and I thought he was terrible. That's the point of the player review, in my opinion. You can choose whether to take my review or you can, you know, listen to yourself or others, however. But it's just my opinion. I'm not going to sit here and tell you a card's good if I don't like the card, because that's a waste of your time and a waste of my time. Hope I just clarified that for you. So where did I play him? I played him up front in a 3-5-2. He has 93 pace, 81 shooting, 82 passing, 89 dribbling, and 81 physical. So a very well-rounded card on the face value. At the minute, you're looking at about 90,000 coins for this card, which is pretty cheap in the grand scheme of things. He's 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, left-footed with high attacking work rates, medium defensive work rates, and he has a high and average body type. 6'1" to take into account, and has no traits that are relevant to us. So I played him in 3-5-2 up front next to Bamba, and I think that suited him well. First of all, do I think this guy can play on the wing? Yes. Do I think he can play up front? Yes. Can he play anywhere else? Probably not. But wing or striker is definitely going to be his best position. I wouldn't play him in centre attacking mid. If I'm honest with you, I think he's a little bit too clunky. If you're going to play him up front, I think playing him in a 2-striker formation is your go-to. You probably could get away in a 1-striker formation. Just make sure you've got quick wingers playing off him. If he was going to play on the wing, I'd probably chuck him out on the right-hand side if I was going to do that. Just obviously because he's got that left foot, got the ability to kind of look for that finesse and so on. Let's talk about his actual kind of in-game stats. So he has 94 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, not bad. In terms of agility and balance, 85 and 84, not bad for a tall guy. 80 finishing, which is a little bit of a letdown. 88 composure though. So the composure kind of makes up for it, but he does have 80 shot power. 80 shot power is poor, very, very poor. So that is going to be a hindrance. In terms of chemistry styles, what do you want to go for him? I think it very much depends on where you're playing him and what you're doing with him. You can go finisher or deadeye. I think that's probably going to be some of the better ones. Some people may run an engine to try and take away that clunkiness from him, but that's personal preference, should you wish to do that. Let's go ahead and talk about his pros and cons then. In terms of his pace to start off with, did he feel this quick? No, because anyone that's that tall never feels that quick. But the beautiful thing about this card is that he felt quick with strength. Like, yes, he didn't feel 93 pace quick. He didn't feel Bamba quick. But he certainly felt like he could hold his own in a battle. And he's got that strength to do so. Which is a great feature to have in a striker. Someone that's quick and strong. Very much reminded me of Cristiano Ronaldo. That was a sign of kind of the same feel that I got. Cristiano Ronaldo at times can be a little bit clunky and a little bit, he's got pace but he's got the strength, but you know, he's not full on quick, and that's kind of what I got from Kulusevski. That was how I felt him in terms of the pace department. Shooting, how was his shooting? Inconsistent, very much like me in the bedroom, a little bit of a letdown. It just wasn't that great. As you can see, dragging a shot wide there, it just happened frequently. He put it wide, he hit it straight at the keeper. His weak foot was terrible. Even though it's a 4-star weak foot, it was pretty bad. Overall, his shooting wasn't really reliable enough for me to say, and to have confidence to know that you playing him up front is going to be like a massive, yeah, he's going to get you loads of goals. Don't get me wrong, I think I played 17 games with him up front, and I think I scored 21 goals. He scored goals, but I just don't think he's reliable enough. It kind of goes back to me to the Mikel Antonio 84 rated card. I think he had 78 composure or 74 composure on that card. But really good shot power. That's what it kind of felt like. That Kulusevski's got the composure, but hasn't got the finishing and the shot power, which overall makes him a little bit unreliable inside the 18-yard box. So yeah, a bit of a con on the shooting side of things, bit of a letdown. How was his passing? Passing on FIFA 22, man. I feel like this is a bit of a pointless stat for me right now, because RBAs, R1Xs, the driven passes are so strong, and the over-the-top through balls are pretty strong, that I feel like any man and their dog can almost get them right, you know? Like, He has 84 short passing, 80 long passing. He has 83 vision and 88 curve. All that's, you know, okay for a striker. For a winger, you could go ahead and increase that with your chemistry style if you were going to get him involved a little bit more in the passing department. But it just felt okay. Like, I feel like recently with these player reviews that I've been doing, I'm talking about passing and looking at the stats, and I just like, yeah, but they're all pretty much the same. That's how they seem to perform for me. So passing was fine. It definitely wasn't too much of an issue whatsoever. Let's talk about his dribbling then. 89 dribbling. 85 agility, 84 balance. His dribbling stat is 90 with 92 ball control. Because he's 6'1", he's always going to feel clunkier than someone else with 85 agility and 84 balance. You know, if you gave us a 5'10" card, a 5'9" card with that agility and that balance, they'd feel pretty good. They'd turn, they'd be able to dribble. Kulusevski, yes, he doesn't turn as good, but I don't think that's how you should be using him. You know, if you're trying to really turn inside the 18-yard box on a regular with him, you're probably not going to enjoy the card. But there, to be fair, that's a fantastic turn by that. I've really got into my groove there with him. But he can do it. It's not like you can't dribble with him. He does have the ability to dribble because he's got some great dribbling stats there. So I would put this down as a pro. For a guy that's 6'1", he felt very similar to Cristiano Ronaldo on the ball. You know, kind of turning and moving and everything. Which, again, for a guy that's tall, I think that's very respectable. Something that I definitely was kind of happy with. I didn't really find that as a disappointment. Talk about his physicals. So he has 81 physicals altogether. He has 80 jumping, 91 stamina, 81 strength, and 71 aggression. Ignore that jumping, by the way, because he's 6'1". Whenever he went up for the ball, he seemed pretty decent in the air. I was quite happy with it. I didn't really have too many worries on that side of thing. He got where I needed him to be, did what I needed him to do. There was a couple of headed goals that you see as well that I do score with him. And yeah, that was all solid. So the physical stats for me, absolutely fine. 91 stamina as well for a card at this stage of the game. Absolutely great. You can play him on, you know, right attacking mid, left attacking mid, up front, and he's going to last you the full game. So that is a big, big bonus. Let's talk about his team links now. We've gone over his pros and cons. He's very difficult to link. I say very difficult. You can obviously get the link into Cuadrado, so you can put him in that right mid position, and then you're sorted. You're fine. You don't need to worry about that. Other than that, though, he is going to be a little bit difficult. Unless you go for like a Dybala or something. I imagine if you're in a Serie A team, which probably most of you are that are watching this, he's going to be easy to link for you anyway. That's a great touch and great finish, by the way. Low driven there. Absolutely brilliant. He's probably going to be fine to link. If you're sat here with the Premier League, League One, La Liga, then yes, he's very, very difficult to link in on that side unless you go for that strong link, you know, with the Cuadrado. So I have to mark him down technically because you can't really take him elsewhere. You know, you need that strong link with Cuadrado or Dybala, for example. But it wasn't that big of a deal because I think the majority of people that are looking at this card are probably just in Serie A anyway. Longevity. How long can this card be used? I mean, this is a very difficult one on this particular card, actually, because I think he's decent. I think he's okay. I think as like a super sub or to use him now, you could probably use him for the next 3 to 4 weeks. I think that's how long this card lasts. I don't think he lasts much longer than that. I don't think we're going to see him for a very long time. And the only reason I probably say for this is because of the height, because of the lack of like out and out pace, what almost feels like. I don't think it's a card that a lot of people will really like. I fully enjoyed using this because of that height and that. Unless you're, unless you like your big men and you like to cross the ball in and you like that bit of height and you like that physical stats, then he probably will tick the box for you. Enjoyment of card. Did I enjoy him? At first, no. I struggled to really get going with him. But the further I got in with him, yes, I started to enjoy him much more. He started to find the back of the net a little bit. I started to get into my groove with him and Bamba working together, using those 1-2s, using like his little bit of pace and strength that he has. So I kind of give him a little bit of tick on there. I think for the price as well, it's a card that I enjoyed on that sense. That it's cheap. You know, it's less than 100k for a very, very good attacking player, bridging the gap again between those high-end gold meta like your Mbappe's, your Ronaldo's and so on, and giving you another option. Enjoyment of card then gets a big tick in my books. Suitable level. Can he be used at any particular level in FIFA? Yes, he can be used across the board. Pros and top level of FIFA, you'll probably struggle a little bit more because you're trying to turn with him and use those tight dribbling, and that's not something that's overly great with him, but it's certainly not bad. And the lack of finishing and composure. If you're going to have him at the top level, you're probably going to increase his passing because you're going to play him out on the wing. So, but yeah, he can be used across the board. Overall rating, what would I give him? Taking price into account, I'll give this card a solid 8.5 out of 10. The links obviously make him a little bit difficult. The lack of pure finishing and shot power makes it a little bit difficult as well. I think for a super sub, though, you could go out and pick him up and, have a lot of joy and success with him. with that rating kind of being there on that side of things for us. So you guys let me know exactly what you think of him. Are you going to go ahead and put him into your team on FIFA 22? If not, why? Tell me why exactly you don't like this card and pop them down below in the comment section. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.